How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to my FIFA 17 Fulham career mode. This is episode 20, and in the last episode we did of course finish our season in the Championship, and we finished second in the table, which means we grabbed ourselves automatic promotion into the Premier League. Now, a couple of things before we sort of start moving on forward. Firstly, I just want to quickly mention that I don't know if there was a problem with YouTube over the weekend, or just sort of like my computer and internet itself was also playing up a little bit, but there appeared to be an issue with comments on one of the videos. In fact, the last episode of the Fulham career mode that was uploaded on Saturday, although I knew that you guys had commented because I was getting like the notifications through on my phone, etc. And when I came to check them on the computer, the video itself said it had no comments, and it wasn't allowing me to look at the comments, which is really strange. And then I went on sort of yesterday, which was Monday, and they all appeared to have come back. So I'm assuming it was all of them, and basically I just wanted to say that if I don't, I like to interact with you guys and always address and reply to most of your comments, and so if you've commented something on like some recent videos and I've not responded, not acted upon it, then I apologise for that. But I don't know if there's something going wrong on with the YouTube comments. There's always been a little bit of a funny thing with YouTube comments lately. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to mention that I'm not ignoring you. Don't worry about it. You know, it just they all hadn't appeared, and for whatever reason, then they turned up, and hopefully they all turned up, and hopefully I've addressed them all. There's been a lot of comments recently about players to sign, and I thank you guys for that. Always keep them coming in. I've gone back through yesterday. I've gone back through a couple of videos from the past few episodes, and I've made a note of all the players that you've suggested for me, and I will go and scout them all. I'll do it all off camera because, you know, I don't need to bore you guys with all of that. And speaking of doing things off camera, today's episode's probably going to be a little bit of a shorter one, and it's literally just going to be me talking. I'm going to explain more of that in a moment or so. So yeah, I will go and do all your comments and scout all the players off camera, etc., and then we shall start to move forward. So moving on to today's episode, and as I just mentioned previously, it's going to be a lot of me talking, and literally nothing is going to happen in today's episode. I will warn you that now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to advance forward here. We're going to end the season. I'll sort out contracts, etc., and transfer list a couple of players maybe, and try and do that. I'm not going to sell anyone or buy anyone unless I really have to, because I'm not going to be recording like the next sort of segment live, or I'm not going to be recording it at all. So I'm going to try and keep the action away until we come back in the next episode. But what I'm going to do is I want to excuse me, I want to play the pre-season tournament, which hopefully I'll get invited for. I'm not sure if you always get invited to it, but I want to play that. But I kind of thought you guys don't actually want to see that, really. So what I'm going to do is when I finished this episode and I finished talking and everything, I'm going to accept the pre-season friendly. We'll play up to the pre-season friendly, just advancing through days, see if anything interesting happens. I'll then end this video here. I'll then go and play all the pre-season friendlies, and in the next episode I'll be up at the first. We'll be up at the first game of the Premier League, and we could just kickstart straight into that. There's a couple of contracts and stuff that I'll need sorting out, which I'll do here whilst I'm talking, or at least I will try to. Yeah, I think that was actually all that I really wanted to mention. So just to sort of cover then, I'm not going to be doing the pre-season tournament on camera. I'll do it all off camera, and we've got a bit of a problem here. I'll explain more about that in a moment. Yeah, I'll do it all off camera, and I'll just advance up, and then so no games today. Hopefully nothing interesting happens. Like I said, I won't sell any players, I won't buy any players. It'll all be done in the next episode, and what we'll do when we start the next episode, we'll be the first game of the Premier League, and we can just kickstart onto that. And now I feel like I'm just repeating myself, so I'm going to be quiet, and we're going to actually move on into the gameplay, or the sort of the gameplay. No actual games being played today. I've got an issue here with contracts. You'll recall that in January I used all my transfer budget and my remaining wage budget, which means I can't actually renew any of these guys' contracts, which could be a bit of an issue, but hopefully it's not. Callas is obviously wanting to leave at the end. It looks like he's probably going to go on a free transfer, which is kind of a bit annoying, or he's actually going to become a free agent, which could be quite bad, because I literally can't afford. I don't know when you get the new budget in, so hopefully he doesn't leave too soon. And all of that. These are the guys I don't really care about too much. The only person I do want to actually give a new contract to is Lionel Cole, because of how he just played into the team. But I can't do that at the moment. The only thing I can do is offer him this, but I don't think he'll accept it. Although, you know, it's worth a shot, really. I'll give him a 20% bonus, but I could give him an extra £7 if he'll want that. And we'll just see. Oh, I've pressed the wrong button there. We'll just see if he accepts it. In fact, I've done that wrong now, but it doesn't matter. We'll move on. Hopefully, it will give me my money soon. I'm gonna go and advance forward here. So I don't really have a lot more to say. Yeah, he's declined the offer. There we go. That's fine. These guys want to leave, including Bettinelli, but don't worry about that. We'll sort it out. So I'm hoping that soon it will get to the end of the season, and I'll be able to do a few things, like give me some money. We've got a few players coming back on loan here. That's okay, I guess. Yeah, these contracts are expiring, but it hasn't given me any money to be able to use yet, so that's kind of weird. But we'll deal with that as and when that comes in. I'll quickly simulate through the training sessions. I think I covered everything that I wanted to say. I'll just kind of repeat again as we sort of advance here. Like I said, no games being played today. The start of the next episode will be up at the first game in the Premier League, and I'll have played the pre-season tournament. I'll do a quick recap of what happened, but honestly I don't think anything interesting will happen. I was tempted to just like sim the tournament, but you know, in thinking about it, it's actually a good thing to win, because you get a decent amount of money, and for us, you know, a team that we don't have a lot of money, let's be honest with it, and of course we've just been promoted into the Premier League, so we're going to need to sign a few players. Really want to get Donnarumma in. Of course he'll be leaving us shortly, so that'll be quite a huge ask for us. So I'm just going to need some money, really, which, you know, hopefully we'll get a little bit of, as we just like to simulate through days. I really like this pre-season sort of end of season thing where you can just do a lot of training. I should probably really be training up other players, but I kind of thought about it, and I don't tend to do that a lot. So there we go. Tom Kenny is finally back into the team. We won't sort the team out just yet. I'll go and do that before we start the Premier League, just before the first game, which is fine. Again, more player contracts expiring is a little bit of an issue. I think I'm going to lose out to Cole here. I just can't seem to give him anything else. I'm going to do this and just see if he'll accept it, but I don't think he will. Like I said, these other players I'm not too fussed about. They can all leave, and we'll just sort of, we're going to rebuild the squad essentially when we start the Premier League next episode. He's declined his contract again there, which is okay. That's fair enough, I suppose. Alright, it looks like we're coming towards the end of the season now. I'm just going to do one more drill. And actually, what I'll quickly look at is I think now the player finals should now have been played. So I will go and take a look at that. We'll also go and check out who won the Champions League, because I don't think we'd finished that. I don't think that had actually been played, the final. We know it was Barcelona and Sevilla, I believe it was, who were playing in that, the Confederations Cup there, if anybody is interested. So Juventus, yeah, they won the Euro League. I remember that happened. Barcelona did go on to win the Champions Cup, which is fine. Do they show the playoffs in there? So it's Reading who beat Ipswich on a 4-3 penalty shootout, and Reading will then be joining us and Villa in the Championship, in the Premier League even, next season, which we are getting towards very closely to now. Okay, we've finally come back to the... We finally got back to the end of the season now. The whole thing with Cameron Burgess surrounding the future by choosing to accept an offer for him. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not really too fussed about that. Chris Martin has been sent back to Derby. We didn't really use him that much, so I'm not looking too much for that. Jack Grimmer from Shrewsbury. Or he's come back to us from Shrewsbury, so somebody more coming back then. I'm going to have to end the season off here now. And there's one other thing I want to talk about. Let me just have a look at this. Oh, this isn't. This isn't interesting. It says, "Dear Baker, it should not come as a surprise to you that we are not entirely satisfied with our results this season. We failed to achieve a number of objectives and have thus fallen short of what we expected to accomplish both on and off the pitch. We were hoping for a stronger commitment and better results from you. That said, we believe that you deserve another chance and would like you to stay at Fulham next season." It would have been quite awkward if I'd have been sacked there. But hey, I got us promoted into the Premier League. They can't be too mad about it. And that's that, and it's going to advance into the season. I'll let you read on that if you want to catch up on the news there. But while that sets up, it takes a couple of minutes. I really want to talk about something that might not affect all of you guys, but affects me particularly. And that's the issue with online that happened over the past few days or so. If you're a big player of Ultimate Team, and particularly Foot Champions, you'll know that Foot Champions, the weekend league, was cancelled this weekend just gone. The reason being that there was a couple of glitches that were giving people the advantage to go and get their 40 wins in the league. And I'll apologise now if this doesn't interest you, just skip the video forward until the next season's set up, because I'm just going to talk about this really quickly, although it looks like it's loading a little bit quicker, so I'm going to be quick about this. But basically, yeah, there was a couple of glitches that were allowing people to use that to their advantage and easily pick up 40 wins, even if they didn't deserve it. I was never aware of these glitches until they came about through EA and through other YouTubers mainly is where I went and got them from. And, you know, I'm not going to sit and go into the glitch here. A, because I don't know how to do it completely, and B, there's just literally no point of you guys trying it, because you will get your accounts banned eventually if you get found out, if people start reporting you, and it's just not worth it really. Let's just be honest about that. If you go and pick up an extra 40 wins in a weekend and you're able to generate enough coins, and then you can go and buy some really awesome players, yeah, happy days, but then your account's going to get banned and you'll never be able to use those players, so, you know, it'll all kind of be a little bit pointless. But the reason why I wanted to mention it, and it kind of coincides with a patch update that they released a couple of days prior to cancelling the weekend league. Whether the two incidents are connected or not, I'm not sure. But first of all, one of the glitches involved, there was quite a significant way of actually performing this glitch. To a point, I've heard just the basis, or like the basic part of it. And what I don't understand is who figured out how to be able to go and perform this glitch, because it's not a simple one, and it's not like a logical one where someone might have done it once accidentally and it happened. It's actually someone's either sat there, literally had nothing better to do, sat there and tried every single way to go and find out how this glitch worked, and eventually came up with it, which, you know, if they did that, they just need a little bit more time and have more of a life and get out more, because, you know, it's a very complicated glitch. It's not easy to perform. So there was either that or someone kind of like, I don't want to say like an inside job, but someone from EA who actually maybe already knew about the glitch and then let it leak. But, you know, I don't understand what I did. And what annoys me with that is, like I said, coinciding with the patch notes from previously, as this has now advanced. I'll quickly settle this here. Basically, you think EA particular and FIFA particular, okay, FIFA's a never perfect game, and I understand that, and that's fine. You know, there's a lot of things that are never perfect. But one of the patch notes recently was that there was an issue in FIFA where when you were pressing a button to pass the ball or to make something happen, it wasn't registering that action. Now they have gone and fixed this, and we're in January. This is 3-4 months since the release of a game. You think all the money that people put into EA Sports, into FIFA, you know, FIFA points, particularly with Ultimate Team, and particularly with how big it is on YouTube these days, that people pumping in money, you'd think, you know, just fix it before you release the game. It's a very simple thing, and the whole thing with these glitches, we shouldn't be seeing this, but it tends to get more and more as the years go on, and you think with the advances of technology it should get less and less, and of the money that we provide EA Sports as well. It's very frustrating when you hear about that, and it got to a point where they had to cancel Weekend League to actually go and fix the bug, which, okay, if it simply just occurred because of the patch that they tried, okay, fair enough, but the patch itself, there are a lot of things in there that should have been fixed before the game came out, let alone 3-4 months into the release of the game, where they've only just figured out that it's happening. So, you know, I was a little bit frustrated with EA and on that, but it doesn't really change my view of... I still love FIFA, you know, don't get me wrong, it's an absolute fantastic game, and particularly this year, the advances that EA have made with it. But there you go, I just wanted to cover that really quickly. I don't want to go into it too much, and I don't want this to be a rant about FIFA, and I know I've talked way too long already, so we're going to move on. But if you guys play Ultimate Team and you were affected like by this glitch, you had this glitch happen to you, or maybe you used the glitch or whatever, and you want to talk about it, feel free to discuss it in the comments below. I'll always respond to that. And also, if you want to follow me on Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, there's always links in the description as well. Go and follow me over there. All my accounts are not private so far, so, you know, feel free to go and add me up. That might be a mistake, but I'm happy to talk openly about that with you guys, and I just really wanted to quickly address the issue there. But we are going to move on, and we are now into the Premier League, pretty much officially, which is always good. And it says, hi Baker, as you already know, merchandise is important. So they're just on about shirt sales, which is fine. Not too worried about that. Now that we're in the new season, I just really quickly want to check on transfers, contracts. Okay, so it looks like we've lost a few players here, which I'm kind of a little bit upset about. But what I want to do really, really quickly, let me go and search players. Player name, Larnell. I really want to bring him back into the club. I think he was a fantastic player, and I'm ashamed. My bad that we kind of got him let go. He's on the free agent, so... And the approach has been blocked. Great. So he's left the club. That was my bad. I do apologise for that. Really quickly, while we're here, what have we been given in terms of finances? 4.4 million. That is nothing. And a 68,000 wage budget. That really is nothing. Like I said, I'm not going to go and buy any players just yet. We'll do that all later on. I will go and set my training drills up really quickly though. So I want a Luco, I think, on shooting. And I would like... I'm going to bring Kearney back into training now that he's here. Speed dribbling, that'll be quite good for him. Midfielders will bring Caban. In fact, let me go Hozabed, actually. And that'll do for him. Add drills. We'll go to the fullbacks. O'Doy, wow, he's 24. Obviously, we've lost Callas now, who I was looking for there. Sigurdsson's getting on a little bit, so might need to look at some centre-backs, actually. Ream is okay. We'll carry on with him, and we'll do 2-on-2 defending. And then, finally, we'll put... Oh, we still have Donnarumma currently. That's kind of weird. We'll put him in for now, and we'll see if we can hold on to him. Or now, in fact, I'm going to do that really quickly whilst we're here. Let me quickly simulate that. This episode is actually running on as a normal time. I know that not a lot is happening, but there you go. We'll get to that in a moment. So what I really quickly want to do, let me go... I don't know. I don't want to sell him. Let me just see. Donnarumma. Terminate loan, okay. Looks like I can't do anything just yet until he's left. But as soon as he leaves, we'll jump straight back in and we'll go and sign him up. Should we have enough money? I need to go and list a few players up, but again, I won't do that just yet because I think if we get invited, the pre-season tournament should start very, very soon. There we go. So we have been invited. Congratulations, Sam. Fulham have been invited to participate in a pre-season friendly. This is a great opportunity to know all the players in your squad, experiment with different tactics, and get ready for the upcoming season. There's also prize money for doing well in the tournament, which is why I want to do well here. And I'm going to go for the one with the most prize money, as I think most people often do. They all seem to have the same difficulty. This is in Italy, which is pretty cool. I do want to try out, I would like to try out some of these, but because we need money, money is very important to us at the moment, and that 4.5 mil would be actually really nice for us. So I'm going to go and participate in that, and as you can see, the first game is in a couple of days. We have, of course, signed Henry Lansbury. He has come into the team. There we go. And I think that is the deal for Donnarumma gone. And I'm going to go and jump straight in, and he's going to be okay. I think we overspent on him a little bit. He's going to be our first port of call. He's going to cost us 10 mil. Man, that's huge. I don't know if I should spend that much on him. I don't know. I'll go 11 mil, but that is pretty much going to be... I can't even adjust the budgets to do that. That's kind of weird. Let me go and... I don't know what to do. I really want to sign him, but that's a lot of money, you know, guys. That is a lot of money. Let me just quickly go over to here. Even if I was to drop the budget down so that we could... So his wage was like 13k. Yeah, we like literally have nowhere near enough money for him. So we'll go and leave... we might have to leave him for now. That's a bit of a shame. We might not be able to go and buy him, which is a huge loss for us, but it means Bettinelli is going to just get a spot in the team, really, which, there you go, hey? We've lost out Cole as well, but we've got Lansbury. That's our first signing into the club, and perhaps some more coming up in the future. We've got a transfer offer for Sonny Aluko. No, back off, mate. We'll just reject all offers and disallow future offers. Definitely not selling him, someone we can't afford to lose. He had a fantastic season for us. Maddle wants to play. I'll go and sort the team out, obviously. And all that. And that leads us up to the first game of the pre-season tournament, which, as I've mentioned, and I'll mention for a third and final time, I will go and simulate and play offline. Not simulate, I'll go and play off camera and I'll see you when we are at the first game of the season, which is going to be against Burnley, unless... well, no, what I'll do is I'll just finish the tournament. I won't be straight at the first season, and then we can start getting some transfers in. I'll also go and scout all those players, as I mentioned before. But yes, our first game of the season will be against Burnley at home, which is always nice. So to start with, the first episode will be Burnley, West Ham and Chelsea. Three interesting games to be played there. But that is going to be the end of today's episode. A couple of comments coming in from you guys about where we should finish in the league. Top half is my aim, of course. Anything, obviously I want to avoid relegation, that's the main aim. But finishing in the top half first season would be fantastic for us. Anything better than that, if we can get top 6, top 5, maybe top 4, not going to happen, but, that would be pretty interesting stuff. But hopefully I want to put a good cup run together as well. It was quite dismal, really, which you could see they were a little bit upset out. So realistically, out of Burnley, West Ham and Chelsea, 4 points for me. I'd be happy about. I'd like to beat Burnley. I'd like to get at least a draw out of West Ham. And, if we lose to Chelsea, well, we lose to Chelsea because they are a fantastic team and doing well in the Premier League this season in real life as well. But that is going to be the end of today's episode. If you did enjoy, please do drop a like on this video. Why not subscribe as well if you're new around here. And in the next episode, I will see you for the start of the Premier League. Until next time, goodbye.